1 year ago, I made the video exposing Trackmania's biggest con man, which showed that the biggest cheater in Trackmania history, Riolu, had been playing on secret accounts for years after being exposed, under the new names 92Bob and Eddie A. The full video details how we were able to determine this in excruciating detail, but the short of it is that many things linked him to these accounts, and eventually it became clear without a shred of doubt that it had to be him. And after we went public with it, Nadeo themselves also confirmed it was Riolu and promptly banned these accounts from the leaderboards. During the investigation though, it was pretty crazy to realize Riolu was still playing the game, because after he got exposed for cheating in 2021, he simply vanished from the community without a word or without an apology. And here he was, still competing. And not just that, but he was actively trying to get rank 1 in Trackmania United Forever on the 92Bob account. The community really respects his skill level, but simply doesn't want to compete against him. And so when we realized that Riolu was behind the account, and that his goal was rank 1, a community-wide effort was started to spite him and beat as many records as possible to stop him from reaching that goal. The rankings in Trackmania United used a system called skill points. You acquire skill points by setting good records on maps. The amount of skill points you can get per map depends on the player count. Each player that tries the map increases the value of it by 100. If you take the first map in the game as an example, Stadium A1, it is worth over 10 million skill points if you get the world record, meaning that 100,000 players have played the track. Now, only the first place player would get 10 million, the second place would get 5 million, and the third place would get 3.3 million. The skill points formula takes the total skill point value of the map divided by your leaderboard position. So there's a very rapid drop-off even just falling down to 10th place on a track, meaning that if you want to inflict the most damage possible, you should try to claim the highest value world records of 92Bob. And the game just so happens to give you a list of maps to choose from, which are their 10 most valuable. On this list, the map that immediately popped out to me was Stadium B5. 92Bob only had second place on it, but since the map was worth 5.8 million skill points, it meant that dropping him down could easily take a chunk of his total skill point count. So that is where I started grinding. I am in Trackmania United today because I am going to try to beat this record, second world, set by 92Bob. He plays a lot of coast maps and snow car maps. I can't beat those. But this one, a stadium car map, I can definitely try to get. My personal best is 17th world, but there's a big shortcut on this map where on this checkpoint here, you can jump out to the side over this fence, bug sliding it down to the next checkpoint. And let's see if we can beat Bob's time. It's going to require a very good one. We're going to play in official mode to try to yoink points away, and hopefully we get somewhere with this. But yeah, map here, I'm going to do the start with analog keyboard, because you're doing this no slide here on the dirt. Try not to get any slides. Now, a little bit of speed sliding. There are some bugs. If you get a no slide over this hill, you gain time. You try to land out wide, but that might be a bug. It wasn't a bug. You set up a bit wide, and now you do this jump. Try to get the bug slide. I missed it. And that's how it works. 1258. Okay, that's good. Oh. Okay, we got a PB. This is the old way to do the shortcut where you jump into a triangle. 7th world with that, and we do pull off the shortcut. We're getting a bit closer. Let's keep going. Almost. So there we have the bug slide on the hill, but I didn't straighten out the car at the right time to get upper gear on the speed. Oh, that was almost a new strategy with the bug slide. I was so close. Okay, this is PB pace, but I'm actually not gonna take it. I'm not gonna take it because I love playing against this ghost, and I want to remain my ghost. I have to look back if the setup was similar, but this setup that the ghost has is crazy good, so that's why. Damn it. PB. but too slow. Yes! 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 That's a world record. Oh, that took so long. Oh my, but let's go. Hell yeah. Oh my god, that's a long grind. Alright guys, let's take a look at the comparison and see where the time was won or lost between me and Simi. Start, looks like I had it better, but a bit less speed. It's kind of equal. Yeah, he had a very good low jump on the right side, so he could go more inside here. Better landing for me, and I'm slightly ahead before the shortcut. Is this just gonna remain, or is there any differences? He is so far ahead. But it's the speed. Oh, I'm gonna snipe. Yeah, he didn't get the proper gear up. This is one of the first things I did, is I played against this ghost with the tool assist tool and saw that you could get a much faster gear up with the bug slide, but look at this. Wow. Okay, I'll take it. I'll take it. That is a world record. A world record is a world record. After 2 long days of grinding, I managed to beat 92 Bob, taking 1 million skill points off his total, and also setting a world record to boot, which was an unintentional side effect. After beating Stadium B5, I looked back at the list and thought, what could I play next? Stadium B2 looked enticing, but that one is a very difficult and buggy dirt precision map. And so, although it was Stadium as well, I didn't actually think it would be that easy to beat. And instead, I tried what I never thought I would, which was to learn Rally. You see, in Trackmania United, it is common and also legal to limit your steering curves to control the cars better. I, however, have an analog keyboard, and I thought, what if I use it with the rally environment and set my steering curve just at the point where the car is about to slide, but not sliding? Would I then be able to contest the records and possibly beat Bob on one of his best environments? I wanted to find out. So that's what I did, and I went to Rally A3. Rally A3 is a really simple looking track that only takes about 16 seconds when done well. There's a lot of small tricks that gain time, which you have to do perfectly. In the first drop down, players realized it's quicker to tap the brake before it, so that you get a bit of the downhill, which gives you more speed into the next turn. Now the rally car is coded badly, so it only checks for grip on the left set of tires. So you can have the left set of tires on the road, the right set of tires fully on the penalty surface, and you will drive just as fast as if the entire car was on the road. So this is what you want to do to keep maximum speed down the hill, while also making sure you're not steering too much or the car will be sliding. Then you have the jump, which is the biggest frustration point on the map, because you're jumping and you're landing into an uphill. And the game's hitboxes are notoriously terrible, and you will get landing bug after landing bug, unless you are able to go off the side of the jump a bit and angle the car in just the right way, where you get the magical smooth landing. As you're approaching the end, the very last corner has some bumps, and you need to time your steering input so that the car doesn't land in a slide, or it will just go wide and lose a bunch of speed towards the finish. Early on into my grind, I was not even close to the records. Bob's time here is a 1596, and I was with a good run driving a 1620, trying to just survive the map with all these small tricks combined. But little by little, I was gradually getting closer and closer, but I quickly felt like I was reaching a plateau around 16.1. I opened the map in the Trackmania interface, which lets you, among other things, practice and see detailed stats about your car, and I was trying different parts to figure out what's fastest. And just after the jump, I realized that as you're entering the road, you can do a tiny wiggle, and this wiggle somehow keeps better ground contact than just driving straight up onto the road, and thus gives you just marginally more speed towards the finish straight. That does make the final corner more difficult, but it would also make it faster. Another small detail I discovered is that in the last road corner, you want the car to have skid marks behind it. That, for whatever reason, lets you steer more without sliding out. I don't know, it doesn't make sense, but that's how it works. These discoveries were essential for me to improve my time, and very soon after, I was rapidly approaching sub 16 seconds. Well guys, I just got top 7 on Rally A3. I'm quite speechless that I'm already this close. I've been about 4 or 5 hours into the grind already. 92 Bob is up there, 600ths away only though. I had a really good landing this run, and so finally got a bit closer. Here you can see I played against the tool assisted ghost. And so that's the ghost you're seeing ahead, but look at the similarity in the line there. And then yeah, just a little bit less speed through here. But honestly, a pretty good ending as well. So I mean, we're getting somewhere now. This is kind of crazy. Wow, that's crazy. 200ths away from Bob, let's do it. In order to beat the world record, I had to get a start that had a low 10-second checkpoint combined with 197 speed as I crossed it. If not, I'd be too far behind or too slow. But after some practice, I realized that was actually rather doable. It was just a matter of grinding out the attempt and being patient while landing bugging 30 times, 50 times, 100 times in a row until you got a good one. After many failed starts and even more failed endings, I finally got this run on Rally A3. Let's go, we got it. The tie. Rally driver virtual. World record tie in rally. That is a rare one. Not something many people expect, I don't think. After all my effort on Rally A3, I didn't manage to beat 92 Bob. But that was actually not that bad of an outcome. For one, it still cost Bob 1.6 million skill points. The same that it would have had I beaten him. And that is because if you share the same time, you also share the same skill point value. But more importantly, Bob never uploaded his replays to Trackmania Exchange, which means I could have sole first place there. And those records get uploaded to the Trackmania World Record channel. And I knew that Riolu would likely have a reaction to me beating his world record, especially if I threw out a little fish hook into the water to see if we could catch something. And so on the world record upload, I left a comment, and if you guys watched the full video, you might recognize some of these accounts. We knew about these accounts at the time I drove my record, but we weren't quite sure yet. And so I left a comment, which is a little bit of rage bait, I gotta admit, to see if we could provoke anything that would make it more clear. And when we saw comments, again met with some negativity, I thought, it's likely Riolu has seen this record, and it is even more likely that a reply will come in-game. And what do you know, a couple of days pass, and a 1595 by 92 Bob appears on the leaderboard. And so, I got right back to grinding myself. After many hours of bug landings and failed endings and replay pages stacking up with 15.9s, a freak incident happened. When I drove a run so fast I could hardly believe that I was the one who drove it. I'm not a rally player after all. What I'm about to show you is one of the best records I've ever driven with the rally car when I got this run on Rally A3. Oh my god, it's over. Oh my god! No way, dude. No way. way, that's such a sick time. Oh, that is such a sick time. Oh, good luck, Bob. Jesus. Somehow I got a 15:92 on Rally A3, a time that I didn't even believe it was possible for me to drive. I thought my limit was a 94 or so. But a 92 was crazy. For Bob, this must have been very annoying because in order to get his skill points back, you'd have to drive a 91, which might not be worth the squeeze. It might be too much effort for a marginal improvement. But I also suspected that he didn't really want to lose the skill points to me on that map and his domain. So it was an interesting time for sure. I again left another comment on the next YouTube upload, just seeing what sort of fish might bite on the hook, and we did end up with some more replies. Now, I know some of you guys are going to think these comments are in bad taste, and sorry, they kind of are, but I feel like it's justified to tease the guy just a little bit. Anyway, the next thing I'm about to show you is completely diabolical, so if this was a lot, then the next thing is... It's not right. It's really not right. As it happened, after beating Rally A3, I was looking at the list of 92 Bob records that were worth the most skill points, and I stopped at Coast B3 because I thought it looked interesting. Coast is typically an environment that is not suited for keyboard as the car will easily slide, but this one map I thought I could beat because it had a big shortcut. At the start, you just drive backwards over the mountains, you pick up a checkpoint and then climb over another wall backwards, and then you bounce over a fence, land back down on the road, and now you've skipped 3 winding U-turns and you're driving forwards for the rest. In the last tunnel, it is very likely to slide if you use a keyboard, but here I could again use my analog keys, my beloved analog keys, bound to a percentage where they would just barely not slide out and things would be good. So I started grinding this map. The world record was a 28:39 by 92 Bob, and I thought, you know, maybe with a great run I could go a little bit faster. My first couple of runs were not even close to that time, as the track actually was a lot more difficult than it seemed at first. It was difficult to keep enough pace climbing the fences, and also turning around the car from reverse gear to forwards gear without losing a bunch of speed was difficult, and then not hesitating in the tunnel, going at full send so you had a ton of speed for the last straightaway. These things all had to be perfect for a 28.3, and I still had a lot of learning to do. But little by little, I was chipping away at my personal best throughout the evening. I ended the first day of grinding in 5th place on the leaderboard with a personal best of 28.90. I did have some faster runs than that, but unfortunately I choked them in the tunnel. The next day, before I continued grinding, I wanted to find a car skin that had more accurate hitboxes. You see, the Coast car is a bit weird in that the hitbox is not where the tire is at, it's where the mirror is at. And it was really hard to aim precise corners in the tunnel when I couldn't see clearly if my wheel was about to hit the wall or not. So I looked at possible Coast car skins and I couldn't find any that had solved this issue for me. But looking in my own folders, I had a troll skin that I thought might be just the one. This thing right here. I mean, it looks diabolical and it truly is, but it has a lot of advantages. So for one, there are no mirrors. The wheels are accurate to the hitbox of the car. That's a bonus. Another thing, which I'll have you know, is that you can much easier see the suspension of the car as it's going down the hill. And this is actually very important for how you rotate the car as it's bouncing over the fences and climbing the tire stack. The Goofy on a skateboard might just be the meta for Coast B3. It might be the best skin out there because of these factors. I looked a lot for other car skins, guys. I really did. I couldn't find anything, and so the intrusive thought hit me that I should try to beat the world record with this one. Just forget the car and that Goofy standing there and just focus on the tires and the suspension. And going into day 2, 2, I was actually getting better runs than the day before using this abomination. PB on the Goofy skin, man. Horrible end though, unfortunately. Tied 3rd place, but that was so damn close. Nice run. A 28:47, tying 2nd place on the map and putting me just 1/10 behind 92 Bob. But the comparison, as shown here with actual cars and not Goofy, you can see that I was far ahead going into the ending tunnel, but slid a bit on the first corner, and from there I had less speed and an awkward line to manage, and I got overtaken. Which was a bit of a bummer. Could have had the nail in the coffin there, but I knew there was plenty of time to gain, and so if I could repeat a start like that and get a better ending, we were talking a huge improvement on the map. But it was a bit frustrating to play. I mean, there's attempts that I haven't shown where it looks good, it looks like you're getting a perfect shortcut, and then the car lands and you just get a huge acceleration penalty and you lose 1 second. There were some annoyances to overcome, but it would all be worth it when, at long last, at the end of the day, I got this run on Coast B3. Let's go. Let's go. Insane. Oh my god. Insane record on the Goofy skin. Wow, what a run. This run, guys, it was pure cinema. 28:11 on Coast B3. Again, a run much faster than I expected driving, beating Bob by 2600ths of a second. And using the Goofy car skin, no less, which a lot of people found amusing in the comments on the YouTube upload. We again looked for Bob comments there to see if he said anything, and there was one, but it didn't seem like he had such a strong reaction as we thought. These events all happened a year ago. They are a saga that I've brought forward again because I had all these records on my hard drive and I hadn't shared them with you guys. So hope you've enjoyed watching them. I can tell you that in the time since, Riolo of course got banned on the 92 Bob account and the Eddie account, and so all the records on them were deleted. To his credit, he did at one moment hit rank 1 before getting banned, so I guess he achieved his goal. And in the time since, we haven't seen any new account pop up that could be Riolu V3, V4, whatever edition we're at. So perhaps he has now left the game behind. Yeah, thank you guys for watching. It's been a different video, but I hope you guys have enjoyed it. And let me know if you want to see more content from these old Trackmania games. We of course are playing Trackmania 20 more, but yeah, let me know. And thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys soon. Subscribe if you enjoyed. Bye bye everybody. Take care now.